Hello Earth, welcome to episode 18 already of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in, I recommend you go to github.com/autocodenl/cell. Link will be pasted in the description, or you tune into the very first episode. We're going to continue where we left off quite a few days ago. I'm a bit ashamed to say, but well, I guess life got in the way, or I just let it get in the way. But we left off at a very good point, which is everything was working, or is working, should I say, in the present. We solved all the parsing issues that plagued us. Yep, exactly. So we have so many. I have so many things I want to do right now. I honestly don't know where to start. I was doing a little bit of playing over the weekend, a little bit of cheating, I would say, because I didn't record myself doing this. So I just did a couple of changes here on the server. So basically, I just what I did was when I was getting some data, I just send it to an LLM, namely ChatGPT, to actually tell me, okay, I give it the first part, the first 5,000 characters, so it can give me a name for it. So the name can be something interesting. So let's say I just do this. Because I stopped the server, of course. Tree-bird chair. So let's just say we have this, I don't know, this thing. And say, okay, I want to paste this and make sense of it. So I copy it and paste it. So it just gives me Kofax web config. That's what ChatGPT is giving me as a name. So I look for this. I wonder what this is. I don't know, maybe we just made it up completely, or maybe there's something very old, because this is a very old example. So let's just try something else, but I like the general concept. So if I do this, I copy this, I'm gonna paste it. I need some feedback, right? Something to tell me. It's the SVG menu configuration. So there's an utter lack of feedback here that I'm waiting for. So already I have another LLM, which I'm going to ask to improve the views of this. So yeah, I have so many things I don't know where to start. Like, see first 5K of data, name it, and we already have that. So I was also thinking of adding a quick search bar here. So if I have a lot of pages, I can just simplify it a bit and just find what I'm looking for. So that would be an interesting function to write. Maybe we could just quickly write it, and at the beginning it's going to be purely client-side search, and then we can make it something else. Why not? So let's try that. So because let's say here I'm searching for SVG, right? That would be a good search. So I could do something like, do I want to do this on the server or on the client? No, because on the server I have all sorts of questions. Well, on the client too, right? So the overall idea, and I had a roadmap a few sessions back. Demo checklist, this one, yeah. So upload XLS, CSV, JSON. That was episode 11. Send to the client, yeah. The client sends, the server receives, we parse it, we put it in the data space. Okay, this we already have, and we are already integrating the LLM to look at the data. But we cannot do any queries on the data yet, we just look at it. And then the idea is to make the database, the API, and the interface builder grow a little bit rather than building the whole thing at once. Just make it grow, like a little village turns into a city organically. So what's the best next step right now? Well, the best next step would be for this to look a bit less ugly, I think. So we need to fix everything. How it looks like. So let's just do that first. Upload from, sorry, the client, not self. I'm gonna say, hi, I'm using JS and tachyons. I have this. And I'm very happy to upload the CSS to ChatGPT or an LLM, honestly, because I'm not good at it, and I honestly I don't want to improve at it either. Can you make them look nicer? Okay, it's my syntax. Conventions, for example, start with div. Then the new line. Let's see if it can even understand that. Much better. Please use 3 spaces for indentation. All right, this looks good. Oh yeah. Hopefully I won't need to do this anymore soon. Wait, we have the send call, we have the upload clipboard, yeah, that is all there. So how does it look? Okay, a bit better. Submit and upload from clipboard. Okay, this is better. Perfect. Where would you add a spinny thing? Just using CSS when we are waiting for a response. Also, could you disable the buttons while the spinny is going? Just give me the CSS for that. No. Can you do it with inline CSS classes in tachyons? Okay. How do the keyframes apply to spinny? Ah, it's animation spin, this one. I can make the spinny take the place of the text, I think. So this is the spinny. No, why is it not? I just copied the wrong one. Please give me the spinny with tachyons classes only. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, better. No, let me look at the span here. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just going to use the span because I think I can put it here. Can I put the span inside the button? Yeah, okay. Good to know. So let's just keep this and we're just going to do it like this. Style, I think it's this, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And then I need to make this dependent on if there's a loading, so to speak, flag. Perfect. And then when we're submitting a call, set loading true. And here false, right? We always call send call. Nice. Oh, here we're posting. No, it's not always there exactly. See how this is a different endpoint. Okay, so here so now if it's loading, we have the spinny and the buttons. Is way too much stuff. Oh no, it's correct. Never mind. Loading, spinny, or submit. And then loading, nothing. Okay, and there so if I just take something, look at those slashes, they gave us so much trouble. No, it's like this, sorry. Okay, the spinny didn't work. Maybe if I never make it false, show me the spinny. Okay, the spin is working there. It was just quite fast. That's it. Okay, it works. Still looks awful, but it looks better. Okay, we can work it later perhaps. Okay, we are starting to get something there. Well, I need to get the keyframes, right? Yeah, what was it? Yeah. Where's the root view? It's the view's main, right? Yeah, I cannot do it. I can do it here, sorry. Yeah, let's just do it ugly. It's okay. And now, if I call this, actually, why do I have to do that? I can just do this. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, that works. Pretty awful, but then again, that's my style. At least when it comes to visual. Okay, so now let's make it so that when this horrible thing actually looks a bit less horrible and doesn't scroll. Like, at least I should be able to scroll, right? Yeah, absolutely. So where is it? Where is my function? It's a data grid. What should I add so that the table expands the container of the table expands all the way to, sorry, that the table is scrollable, doesn't take more than the width of the parent with documents always, please. Okay. The container has to have this. But let's just make it here. Because I sure as hell want that to be able to be ported. Yeah. There. Wow, it did work. So what was the solution? I said I put a div that probably has a different type of display by default. So with 100, so take 100 of the parent of the width, and then set the overflow x to auto. Okay. Okay, and perfect. It worked. Can you make the X scroll always visible, even when the table is bigger? Wait, do I actually want to scroll down? No, I don't. I want this to be always visible, right? It's so in the y direction. Actually, let's not be so dumb. Perhaps, although this might not work because height is always trickier. I don't know why. No, see, it didn't work. Yeah, you have to put a max height. But aren't you removing the overflow X? Yeah, why? Okay, how can I know how to do this. Get the maximum viewport height of the window. Window inner height. Okay. So we can do something like this. Style. Um, and same here, we can do something like what? What was I doing? Oh yeah, the inner height, of course. So yeah, sure, you have this class, so we can just do overflow auto. Was it auto? Yeah, auto. So you have to keep that, and then the height is fixed. Window height. No. Inner height. No, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? If we do it indeed, like we remove a certain percentage, it's not working. Why is it not working? Because I'm not doing what I should be doing, of course. Come on, of course. Now? No. So what's the problem here? Yeah. Window inner height. That doesn't look good at all. And of course, 553. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Because I need to do, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Round, not float. Also no. What is it now? 4, yeah, I just forgot the pixels, of course. Okay, much better now. And if I just do full here, yeah, it's going to take up too much space. So it has to be a max height. there. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay. I like still this grays and the whites. It's not very user friendly, but I like it. Oh yes, there was another thing I wanted to do. Just I don't want a table really anymore. I want independent widths. I wonder if that's gonna make me get lost or not. It's a big break away from the spreadsheet. I have now this table. What I want is not full alignment between the columns. Rather, I want every column to take the space it needs, nothing else. And when I'm done with the row, start a new one. How would you refactor the DOM CSS then? Yeah. Yeah, it's the flex data tile. Okay. Let's commit before we do this. Well, let's put them in. Add LLM, add spinning. If I put the spinning before the LLM, it's gonna be ridiculous even for my standards. All right. Now, yes, we can break everything now. We have a flex. Yeah, see how ChatGPT moved the abridged stuff there? Why did it do it? The bridge has to be done for every path. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it's actually right. It's correct. Wow. It's correct. Let me just do this. Remove this. We abridged. Yeah. Okay, and now we do this. Sorry, this is wrong. Yes. Now, yeah. Div class flex wrap mb2, and then we iterate the path. Element. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, is that. And then we'll just return this div. Tick this yeah, this fits in one line. This goes away, and okay, so let's see what happens here. We need to return this, of course, and we need to close this function here and this one here, and then we should be okay. Interesting. Not bad, eh? Where are the margins? Not bad. Give me please a div that makes it more grid-like, less round, not round, without spaces between elements. Otherwise it looks like a list of tags. BR2, that's the one we removed before. No, MR2 and B2, yeah, we'll remove that, and the BR2 is the round. I wonder. Okay. The double border looks ugly. I want to avoid the double border problem. Let's see if it picks it up. Please respect the indentations fully. BTBL. Okay, we're almost there. Looks a bit weird, right? Like it's missing lines. But maybe this is not a hindrance after you get used to it. I wonder. Okay, let's make it a bit more arcade. Perhaps a bit thicker and less rough borders. This approach is already starting to look good. BTBL. Speed W2. Well, dark blue. And I want this to be in monospace, right? No, this is way too much with the blue. Forget it. But it looks way too much, the double border, right? Yeah. What was the rounding one? BR2. Maybe it will drive us mad, but there's something to the extra shape. Now, what if I make it monospace? Code, of course. Not too bad. Why is it not scrolling anymore? Ah, that's not nice. I need to be able to look at the history of the stuff, right? Cells. I have this one. Have City Computer Ocean. Yeah. Okay. I have an issue with when the width runs out, the divs break the line and go down. No wrap, okay. Just like that. Now if I have something like annoyingly long, like this, oh, this is a perfect one. Oh, no, but this is JSON, right? No, this is the XML. Okay. How can I make? I know this. I don't even know how to ask the. this other guy. What I can do is something like if any of the elements in the path return element length. How can I make it 3x as high? Which line? PV4. That would be conditional. Well, actually, let's first make it for all of them. Perfect. And then I'm going to make it like this. So if max length is more than, if there's a component has more than 100 characters, I make it a thick one. So I can just do it like this. Uh-oh. Always the same thing with these guys. Oof, looks horrible. Because I have to add the space. What? Of course. All right. But it's not helping me, the padding. I want those lines of text to use the vertical space. Yeah, that's what I mean. The style would be style height I also don't put anything. I get rid of this all the way to the parentheses. And then I have to put that flex item center. I don't like that shrinkage that it did. me see if this one has the actual height. Yeah, it has a tree rim. If I do something like it would work, but I don't want this one. I want the one, and yeah. So now, okay, this is the height is correct. We can make it 6 or 9. Okay, much better. Okay, we need to stop. The text needs to be split into lines. It already now has the space. Perfect. I made 0 white space. Can you give me Tachyon's classes for those tiles? Normal breakboard. Oh, beautiful. Ah, it doesn't work. Maybe I don't need breakboard. Ah, okay. Nope, there's something else going on with the width. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm gonna stop for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.